face the opposite direction. Go like that. And spawn the chair. We logged a lot of bandit positions. Open the menu again and that spawns the bandit.
You get away from here. It's getting antsy.
Yes, sir.
You crazy or something? I am generous today. Understand?
Bandit Hideouts. What's up, everybody? This is Gunter Severlow. Today I'm going to build a new hideout, and this will be in version 135 of the mod. So what I'm going to do in this video today is basically just build a hideout, and you guys can follow along. So to start off, I start up Visual Studio, and I click on this button here. It opens up a list of pinned projects that I've worked on. One of them is Hired Guns, and the top one here is Bandit Hideouts. I click on that, and it takes a few seconds to load. And once it loads, it opens up on a page that I was last on. Now, just a quick overview of what you're looking at. At the top, you have your basic menu for Visual Studio. Right here are all the pinned scripts that I'm usually in and out of when I'm working on the mod. Most of the time I'm working in the hideouts, so there's a handful of scripts for those, and that's what I'll be working with today. Right here on the right is the Solution Explorer. This basically index of all the scripts in the mod, and there are 132 scripts. I have only those scripts, as I said, at the top here that are pinned. Now before I get started, we're going to go in the game a second, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to build a new hideout. Alright, here we are in Red Dead, and this is where we are at. Let's go to the map. So we are in West Elizabeth, and we are by Diablo Ridge and Monto's Rest. As you can see here, we're right next to Strawberry, and we're going to build a hideout right in this area here. Let's get closer. So if you guys remember, based on the story, this is where I met Micah for a mission. So what I'm going to do is park my horse right about here. And we're going to go up here. So this will make a nice hideout, isolated. Yeah, it's snowy because I'm using the snow mod. I'm going to name this hideout Monto's Rest. To get started building a hideout, I have to start with the code first. For hideouts, we work out of the gang hideout script, and we're at the top of the script. You can see the order. So what I do is I scroll down and I go to the last hideout that I built, which is this hideout here. So this is one hideout. This is a huge hideout, actually. I spent a lot of time on this. This is one hideout, and there's 133 like this below it in this script, and this is where we're at. So what I do is I highlight the existing hideout, all the code and everything of it, and I press Control C, and then what I do is I go to this line and I hit enter a couple times, so there's space below and above it, and I go Control V, which will paste it. Basically just creating a template and updating the template. Now on the left it shows yellow because, as you can see there in the tooltip, it says change not saved. So we're not going to save it just yet. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to make this number 7 as 27 because this will be marked on the downloadable map. And then we're going to rename this Montos Rest. That's just a title name. It doesn't have any function in itself. Then we go to this here, which is an actual code I gotta use, and we'll put Montos Rest. It gets underlined right now because you have to define the code in a couple other scripts, otherwise you get an error. So right now, as you can see at the bottom, it's giving me two errors. Right here is the gang that we're going to have. So I'm going to go to the PEDS script. Driscoll gang is going to be the gang that spawns there. So we're going to change this to from Murphy to Driscoll. That sets that. And then we're going to copy that, and we're going to put this here. And this is for the in-game menu that I use for building hideouts. So when the hideout actually spawns, I see this at the bottom of the menu, and it tells me what hideout I'm at, because you can't just tell when you're looking at the map. These are the spawn distances. These are pretty good for what they are. I don't need to do nothing here. Reinforcement spawn points, I have to get those yet. So I have to basically replace these numbers. And props, there's a whole mess of them. So with these props, what I gotta do here is just reduce them, and we'll just do that for now. And guard positions, right now, we don't have any. And these are actually bandit positions, so we'll just remove that for now. And we have to get patrol positions, and then the area radius, I think I will set this to 1000 for this particular hideout. And then we need to take this name here and go like that. Go like that. So I'm going to get more errors because there's another script that these are defined in. Alright, so once I have that, I'll just save it for now. And what I'll do now is I'll just take this, copy it, and then I'll go to the top of the script. And there's a list here of every hideout in the mod. So under this list at the top, and it has to be in order, I paste a new hideout. I just remove that, and that's the next hideout. Then I'll just save that. You can see the errors reducing, so I defined the code there. Next, I go to this script, and this is the top. These are all the regions in this list here. I go under all, and I just paste the hideout that goes there, and then I gotta scroll to the bottom. These are all hideouts that I built. And you got ambush points too. Scroll out, and in the New Austin list, and I have to put it here as well because the hideout is in New Austin. And then I have to locate where this hideout is close to. So it's close to Strawberry, like right next to Strawberry. So we'll do it in Strawberry. Save that, and then we have to go to persistent hideout CPP. In this one, you have to set it where region the hideout's going to be in. So this region here is going to be in Big Valley. I have to add the hideout right here at the top, and then just take this out, and that's it for that. And then I save that, and then the next script I go to is this script, and this is the script for the settings. So what I need to do here is locate the disable individual hideouts list. This is ambush locations, read custom gangs and regions, disable individual hideouts. This is alphabetical order, just like I like to keep it. We'll go right here, create a space, and what I'd like to do is copy an existing line and paste the new one under it, and then separate that. And then what we need to do here is go to this script and go back to our code for the actual hideout, and you can see these are still lit. What we need to do here is copy the name and then go back to the settings and paste the name here, and then here we have to update this because this is for the INI. So this is spelled in capital letters, Montos and underscore rest. So you'll see this in the INI, and I'm actually going to copy this, and we're going to go into my INI. I always update my own INI. So we have to go to the disable individual hideouts list, which is here. Since this is in West Elizabeth, I just go right here, hit enter, and then I go like this. You can see where I get these numbers from, and I just hit equals and then 1. And this basically means that it's enabled and the hideout will spawn existing gang that's supposed to be there. And then here I add a comment and I go 28, and I have to actually get the name for the story part that goes here. So I'll do that. I'll come back and do that. I'll just save this, and we need to do the spawn amount list. We have to go to West Elizabeth, and we have to go here. So back to the script. This one is done, and I just save that part, and then I scroll down, and the hideout custom spawns is here. For this one, it's not alphabetical order. I just hit enter like I did at the above one. Copy this and press Ctrl V, and I'll grab the name again, Montos Rest, and then we'll just change the name here, and then we have to change this here and type in Montos underscore rest. So now I take this and I copy it, and then I go back to the INI where this is, and I paste this and I go equals 0, and then we go over here, do that, and then go 28 because this will be the 28th hideout in West Elizabeth that I've built, and then we'll save that, and I'll just close that because we're done with the INI part. And here we'll just do this, and we'll save it, and as you can see it compiles the data, and once it's saved then it's all good. Now we go back to gang hideouts, and as you can see it still has an error and it still has that. So what I do here is I right click the screen and I go down to where it says rescan, and then I say rescan solution, and in a couple of seconds it updates and it says no issues found because it's just updating data from the other scripts that I added code to. What we need to do now is go back in game and start getting coordinates for parts of the hideout. Alright, back in the game. So what we do now is we find the center of the hideout, which is roughly in the center here between the two columns, two things. So I'm going to jump down here if I can without killing myself. And I'm going to make the center right about here. So this is about the center of the hideout because it's going to encompass this whole area. That's the idea. So I have a menu I work with that I bring up by pressing page up. What I have to do here is capture coordinates. So for the center of the hideout and some other stuff I use log PL card. And that creates a timestamp in a log file in the RDR2 directory. So this is going to be center, and I just hit that, and then it will log those coordinates. Then I just close that, and what I need to do now is to get reinforcement spawn points. So I'm thinking we're gonna have reinforcements come from this direction. Let's see. I have reinforcements come here. For reinforcements, I do the same thing. And then I just do that. And then I'll go to another spot the same thing, log PL card. And then next, so that logs the reinforcements, the center of the hideout. Now I got to do what's called patrol points. And what I'll do for that is I'll start up here for this one. And I go here, and it says log patrol pause H1. I hit enter, it'll change to H2, and then I basically have to walk or run the course of where the bandit is going to patrol. So I'm going to have him, a bandit, walk this path and then stop here. I'll hit that again, it'll change to H1, I'll close it, and that's one patrol. And then what we'll do is we'll do the same for this side. And so we'll just start here instead. So we'll go H1, and basically we gotta run it. He won't actually run it, he's gonna walk. I'm just running it just to not have it take so long. And then he's gonna go here. And I'm actually gonna do 2 more patrol points. So I'm going to have put one up here. He's gonna come this way and walk up the corridor here, and then he's gonna stop up here. Alright, so that's another one. And then we will go back. And we'll have a patrol point up here when it starts here. We'll hit enter again. And this one is just going to follow this ridge line. Come up over here. And basically stop right here. In the patrol. So far that's what we got. So now we go back into the script and add these codes. What we do now is I go to my Red Dead directory, and as you can see here it says Bandit Hideouts log. So I open that up. This is created when I use the menu, and it logs coordinates. So these are coordinates. It's kind of like a longitude latitude type thing in the game. So what I do here is I just take out all the timestamps and just show all the coordinates. And then you have patrol positions, and this time we made 4 of them. So we got 4 patrol positions. This is the center of the hideout. This is reinforcements, where the reinforcements will spawn, and these are the patrols. So we have to add these. So I take this, I copy this, press Control C, and then what I do here is I scroll to the bottom of the code where it says area center radius, and I just update this. That tells the mod where to spawn the hideout. You just take these 2 like this, and then we go to reinforcement spawn points right here, and then I'll just go like this, and then just the lineup of the code here, and make sure that's correct, and that's all good. Make sure the spacing's correct. I'll just save that. Now we got patrol positions, which is this, so we'll just highlight all these, copy them, and then we go here, patrol positions. Normally I just have 2, but this one we're just doing 4. And just line up the code. Move the last comma, and that's set. Alright, so that's good. We're going to start with a few guard positions, and then we're going to start adding props and then build add guard positions around the props. So we'll save that. That should be good. And we'll close this. Don't save because it's going to be re-added to. And then I just go back into the game. Alright, and get me a cigarette going. It's going to be a while. Alright, so now we're going to start adding bandits. And we're going to start in the front here. And this is how I add bandits to hideouts. We're going to have a bandit start here. And what he's going to do is just stand here. So what I do to add bandits is I'll hit page up again. And I go to at the top here where it says log guard position. And I just go to arrows and then I basically change it to something. So this is going to be stand. I just hit enter. I close the thing. And then I'll walk away, open page up again, and then you got a temporary bandit that spawns there. These guys won't attack me unless I attack them, but you don't want to do that because you'll lose honor. So we'll come up here, and we'll put one on the other side. And we'll put a guy right here. And we'll do the same thing. And that'll spawn a bandit. So right now we got 2 bandits.
I think there's more than enough room for 2 of us out here. Get!
Yeah, and you don't want to piss them off, otherwise you'll be in a fight. Sorry about that. Alright, so we got 2 guys started. We'll come over here. And we'll get another bandit type. We'll go like this. And this will be stand against the wall. So what I'll do is I go up to the wall. That. And then spawn the bandit. He'll stand leaning against the wall there. So that's one guy. Let's go to the top here. We'll have a bandit watching this area too. Go here, we'll change it to stand. Hit enter. And then open the menu again and that spawns the bandit.
You get away from here. It's getting antsy.
Yes, sir.
You crazy or something? I am generous today. Understand?
Alright, we'll go here. Yeah, you don't want to piss these guys off. Alright, so we'll put a guy here too. And we'll do the same thing.
Keep moving. You're too close for my comfort.
And then, let's see, we'll go over here. And we'll put one up on this hill here. We'll have this guy right here. He's watching the corridors here. This guy will be stand. And they do different stuff. It's pretty cool. And then we'll go over here. And we'll have a guy over here kind of watching the this area. And wherever you face, that's where he's gonna face. So hit that. Open the menu. Guy spawns. Put another guy over here. And we'll put this guy right here so you can watch kind of the road. That would be better. We'll do the same. And open the menu to spawn him. He's good. then we'll go up into the hills themselves. And let's see, there's a guy there already. I'll put a guy on this side. Put him right here. I know, it's a lot of guys standing around. Now these are spawn positions, like whatever you define in the INI, that's what's going to spawn, and these are positions that are available for the bandits to spawn. So if you only have 5 guys, then, you know, a lot of these positions are going to be taken up. Could have a guy up here too, kind of overlooking this whole thing. Yeah, we'll do that. Stand. Nice. Alright, so go over here. This place is like a fortress so far. And we'll put a guy right here that kind of just watches over the main area of the hideout. And then we'll go over here. Let's see, I gotta find a good spot to get down. Go. Oh shit.
Damn!
Yeah, damn is right. Alright, so we'll go up here. And we'll put a guy over here where I was standing earlier. He'll watch this area. And then yeah, I'll go up here too. Do this guy here. He'll watch this area. Another stand. Oh, sorry. Alright, so that's those bandits. Let's go over here and start with the hideout itself. Let's have a guy right here. And he's gonna stand wall. And there you go. And then we're gonna go in here. Alright, so we're gonna set up a campfire. We're actually gonna put a campfire where Micah's old campfire was. I'm going to place a campfire. Hopefully I'm in the right spot. And this, I go to log peel card, so I hit enter, and then I go to spawn campfire, and this will spawn a campfire. So with this one, I want a bandit with a guitar. And then he'll actually play guitar. So we'll have some music. Then get a bandit to sit at the campfire or stand. Alright, so we got those two. Then, let's see. We'll put a campfire over here. I'll peel a card. And then spawn a campfire. Another bandit. Alright, that's it for the moment, and we're going to go back into the code and add these coordinates. Now what we do is we bring up the directory, open up the log, and we get coordinates to add. So what I do here is take all these guys. So we logged a lot of bandit positions, and where you've seen the bandits that spawned from closing the menu, that's where bandits will spawn, and these guys will actually move and patrol and stuff. So what I'm doing now is just moving all the timestamps so I can get to the coordinates themselves. So what I do here is I just copy it, and then I go to the guard positions, highlight an existing one, and paste it, and then I just adjust the code so everything is in line. Alright, so that's that part, and then we gotta get the rest, and this is going to be a campfire, so that's the first prop. So what we do with that is I copy this, and since that's a prop and I have a campfire already set up, I just update this, and this basically is the main coordinate, and this is direction. So with campfires you don't need the direction because it's round. Anything that's round you don't need the direction. There would be an extra numbers here if there was a direction for it, so far that's good as it is. Alright, so that's that one. Now we got to add these three bandits and paste them right there. And here's another campfire, so what I do for that is I copy an existing one and go like that, and then I will just take the code from here because it's new and update the existing campfire code. Then we'll go here, and we got two more bandits. Control C, we'll add those to the list. And then the last one in the list doesn't get a comma. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If I counted that correctly, 19 bandit positions. And we'll just save that. Alright, so we close this, we don't save it. We go back into the game and we start, setting up props and stuff and then adding bandits with those props. Alright, now what we need to do is take a look at our situation here and just put a tent over here. For tents, I open my menu and I go to log PLCar H, and I have a piece of paper on my desk here with a list of props that I use. So this one is tent white 24. So what I do here is I go to spawn prop and I set this to 24, and then I go to log PLCar H, and I gotta determine where I'm gonna put this tent at. So right about here, put a tent here, log that. And then bring that up again and I spawn the prop. That'll work. So that's that prop. And then, let's see. Put another prop right here. This will be a tent. Right here. So I gotta face the opposite direction that I want the prop to be. There we go. And there you have it. Let's put a tent over here. There we go. Then let's actually put a wagon over here like they came down this road here. So let's see, with the wagon I want to put a covered wagon, so let's see, I'm going to look at my list and wagon covered is 9. So we'll go to 9 and then I go to log PRH. I gotta make sure I'm in the right spot. So it should be something like this. And I'll log it. And then what we'll do here is we'll go like this and stand wall. I'll have a guy right here. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. Alright, so that's those props. We'll put a tent here. So that was 26. And go right here. Hopefully this works. Oops. It's a leather tent. 24 was the white tent, so to spawn that. Yeah, that could work. Alright, so we're gonna add those props right now. Now we just go to the directory, bring up the log again, and we gotta go to the bottom to see where we are at. So let's see, we did the campfires. We are right here. Just remove those. This is what we logged. And this is one tent. Alright, so these are tents. This one is a wagon. So we got 3 tents. So what we do here is go to this. Let's Control C. I put a comma there. And then I put it twice. This, I have to change what the prop is. So it's going to be tent. Weight, and this one is going to be S for sleeping bag. And since we have actually 3 tents and a wagon. There's going to be sleeping bags in them, so we do this 3 more times. Got a comma, and then go like that, and we got to make sure these guys got commas, otherwise get issues. Alright, so we got the first tent. That's this guy. We go here. Now you see how the one for the direction is got a number there, and that's for the tent because the tent's facing in a certain direction. The sleeping bag, I do the same thing, and that will spawn inside the tent where it's supposed to, in the center of the tent. That's how that's done. Then we'll do the next tent, which would be this guy. And we take the same coordinate, do that guy, and then we take our last coordinate, paste it right here. And there might be some more tents if I can think of an area that should have them, so I leave that space. Now what I do is I'll take one of these, and we're going to put a wagon, so W for wagon, and what we'll do is we'll have wagon covered, because that's the one that I chose, and the coordinate for that was this one. And then we'll do that. That updates that. We have another guard position, and a comma here, enter for that, put that there, move the comma, and this should be 20 now. The number just tells me how many positions there are. It doesn't have any function itself whatsoever, but that's all that does. And then this one is a tent, so what we do is we copy this, and then we'll go like that. And then we'll grab this last coordinate, C, and then we'll leave that there like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some other types of props that are single codes, and then we'll just save that for now. Then we'll close this, not save it. We'll go back into the game and get some more props. We're going to set up some props. Let's see, we're going to put a bourbon box, so that's going to be 5 on my list. And what we'll do here is we'll put it right here. Alright, so that's logged. Bourbon box. Alright, so that's there. And this one, what we'll do here is we'll put a chair. So the chair, let's see, brown wooden chair is 27. So we got to go like that, and then determine where we're at in relation to the campfire, where we want it. Face the opposite direction. Go like that. And spawn the chair. There we go. Put another chair here. Let's make sure I'm facing the right direction. That's fine. And then what we'll do is put a bedroll over here. Let's see, we're doing it on this side. So bedroll. We need to go like that, and then the bedroll is 22 on the list. And we got a bedroll. Put a bedroll over here. If you spawn on it, if it spawns, you just spawn. You're standing on it basically. Here we'll put a bourbon box, which was 5 on the list. And then we need a log peel card for that. So we'll put that right here. If these guys don't mind.
Careful, big man.
And there we go. Alright, so what we'll do here is we'll put a straw bale here. And straw bale on my list is 33. And we need log peel card for that. So what we'll do here is put the straw bale right here. It should be like this. There we go. And we'll do another one. Alright, 2 straw bales. And then what we'll do here is go to log peel card and we'll do a barrel. Let's do a brown barrel, which is 18. And let's see, we'll go right here.
If I can see you, you already too close to me. Now get lost!
Alright, calm down, calm down. Alright, so we got a barrel. It's starting to look like a place already. Alright, let's add those coordinates. Now we get the log file up again. And this time we got a lot more we gotta find. Right, so we have a barrel, a straw bale, Then we had the bourbon box, bedroll. After the bedroll, this was a bedroll. And then we had chair. So we'll just put chair. This is chair. This here was B for bourbon. So we'll start with the barrel. And what we need to do for that is put a B there. And let's see, brown barrel. Get this coordinate. And then what we'll do is we'll copy it. And do that, and this will be a B, and this will be a bourbon box. There's actually 2 of them, so we will copy both, and then we'll put 2 more for the chairs. This will be B, and B for brown wooden chair. B, brown wooden chair. Alright, so got the barrel, and then we have 2 straw bales. So we'll go S for straw bale. And S for straw bale. So we'll just copy this guy. Order doesn't really matter as long as you have the correct code. Alright, that adds 2 straw bales. Now we do the bedrolls. So the bedrolls, what we'll do here is we'll just copy this, and this will be E4. Let's see, bedroll, it's at the top. And B again for bedroll. And barrel, straw bale, bedroll. And that takes care of the bedrolls. And then we have the chairs. Actually, those were the chairs. This was... Actually, let's see. We had the barrel. We had the 2 straw bales. This was the bourbon box. That's the one which I forgot to do. And then the second one was the bedroll, which 976 is what we got here. Okay. So this one and this will be the other bedroll, which would be this guy. Alright, so that's that. And then we have the chairs. So brown wooden chair. And brown wooden chair. And then we have a bourbon box, which is the other bourbon box. So let's see, 3556, which is that one, so it's this guy. Alright, and that's it. Yeah, you can see how complicated this gets. Alright, now we'll just bring these up like that. Save that, and then we'll go back into the game and get more coordinates for more props. We'll get a prop here. Let's do a barrel of water barrel, 20. So that'll be that, and let's figure out where we're gonna put the water barrel. We will put it, could actually put it right here. And I'll just go like this. That's what you get. Barrel of water. Alright, so that's that one. Next we'll go to... We'll put a gas can, and that is number 6 on the list. And we'll put the gas can over here by this dude. He's not gonna like this. We'll put it in the corner by the barrel. we go. Gas can. Alright, I'm gonna go back in the code real quick. So, I'm gonna go to the bottom. And we have, this was the gas can that we added. And this one was the water barrel. Alright, so now we have to go like this. And we'll put W for water. Let's see, water barrel. And this one we'll put G for gas can. Gas can, okay. Do the gas can. And this one would be the water barrel. Alright, save that. Close that. Alright, so I'll do some more expansions on this later, which will be in that 135 update. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to put some props up here. We'll put a wagon over here. I'll put one right here. So we'll choose, the wagon will be a covered, so that's 9. Do this, and log PL card. Alright. There we go. And then what we'll do is put a bandit here. Awesome. And then what we'll do is we'll put a barrel here, and we're going to put a blue barrel, which is 19. So change this and log PL card. So we'll put that right here. This guy's gonna get pissed off at me. No, maybe not. There we go. Let's do another wagon. Let's put a wagon right here. And this wagon is going to be wagon no wheels. So that's going to be 16. And this way, let's see, we'll do something like this. Log that. And then spawn it. Could do something like that. Okay. I'm going to add what I just logged right now, and then we'll do the lanterns. So now we go back to the log file, scroll to the bottom, and this was the wagon that we did. Then this was the barrel that we did. Then we have the guard position with the bandit. And then this one is that covered wagon. So we go right here, we'll put 2 wagons. So we got a wagon covered, and then we got a wagon no wheels. do those first. So the last one was the wagon and wheels. So that's this guy. Then we did the wagon that was covered, which is this guy. And then we did a bandit position. And we'll add that to the list. And make that 21. I think that's 21 now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep. Alright, 21 on the nose. And then what we'll do here is we got a barrel, so let's go here. And this is going to be B for barrel, and that was this code coordinate here. That. And now what we'll do is we'll do lanterns. So we're going to put the lanterns on the top, and I'm going to do one. I'm going to put L there. That'll be a lantern. The lanterns obviously don't come on during the day, so you're not going to see them light up until it's actually nighttime. So we'll close this. We got everything from there. And next we'll do lanterns. We'll just save this for now. And we'll do a bunch of lanterns. So I'm going to just copy a few. That should get us started. We'll save that, and then we'll go back into the game. For lanterns, we got a log peel card. We're set there. So what we do is we will put a lantern right where this barrel is.
You best keep walking while you still can.
Yeah, calm down. There. Put a lantern there. Then we'll go up here. And we'll put a lantern by this guy. This is going to be going right here. Hi.
I look like I want company. Get moving.
Alright, sorry. Alright, and that's where that lantern's going to be. And what we'll do is put our lantern on the trail here. Put one right here. And then we'll spawn that. There we go. Alright, so there'll be a lantern there. And there will be... Let's see, we'll put a lantern by this dude. Lantern there. And let's go up here first. Put a lantern on the corner here. lantern there. And then we'll put a lantern, one right here. Alright, that's that. Go down here. We will put the lantern. Let's put a lantern right here. This guy's not gonna like me. Almost got me. I got one there. And then we'll put one over here. Alright. And then we'll put one right here between these two. Alright, that works. Alright, that's what I'm going to do for now. And so what we're going to do is just going to go back into the script and add those coordinates. Open the log again. Go to the bottom. And all these are going to be log PL card coordinates. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 more. And we'll get the coordinates for these. That's 1. That's 2. And 9. Alright, we did it. Alright, so you see a lot of props. We did a lot. Alright, the code is good. And the last one's good there. That's 21. That's good there. That's good. We'll save that. And we'll close that. So we're not going to do any more props. I might expand this in an update, but this is what it's going to be. What I have to do to make this hideout spawn now is I have to build the hideout. So I go to build and I go build Bandit Hideouts and I click on that. And because this is a new hideout, this is going to take like up to 10 minutes. So this will produce an ASI file, which I'll replace my existing ASI file. Alright, the build has completed. When it says generating code, finished generating code, and then build succeeded, that means everything is good. It produced an ASI file. So what I do now is I just close this. What I get is a new Bandit Hideouts ASI file. This is actually what you guys get when I release an update, but I do this for testing. So what I do now is I actually have to go back in game and unload all my mods and re-add the ASI file to basically load that and then test that hideout. So I'm going to do that. You guys can see what I do here. So we're back in game here, and what I do is I press Control R and that deletes everything. And then what I'll do is I'll go into the RDR2 directory. I'll delete the old ASI, the DAT file, the log, so if I'm doing any more logging then I'll have a fresh log I could work with, and the cleared hideouts DAT, because all those will have cache from what I did before. So now what I do is I'll take this and I'll put it into the main directory. So that's the new file with the new hideout. This is what you guys will get. And then I'll go back in game and I'll reload the mod. Alright, so I'm back in game and I just press Control R again and I look at the map, and here is the icon for the hideout. Now the hideout is not going to spawn in. Currently I'm inside the spawn range and I have to re-trigger it. The only way to do that is to be on the outside. So right now I'm going to adjust the time so it's real time and freeze the weather, and then we're going to go back to our horse. Alright, horsey.
Yeah.
So we'll go down this way a little bit, and now if we go to, you see the icon that comes up, and I bring up my menu and it says Monto's Rest on the bottom. Alright, so the hideout spawned in. So what we'll do is we'll get our guns ready. I like to play with the shotgun a lot. Is that one, that, and that's good. Make sure our health and everything's good.
Yeah.
Good work, pal.
I'm gonna put my mask on. And then we'll take a look at this hideout while we can. So these are O'Driscolls that spawned. You can see the one up there that we put. Let's go up here, being spotted. You could see the guy up there. See him up there? And then there's a guy. Actually, he isn't up there yet. He's probably moving around. Yeah, there's a guy there. Here's a wagon we put. And there was, normally there's be a guy there, but these guys like to patrol around a lot. There's two guys right here. Comes a guy. This might be the guy that's gonna stand by the wagon. Yep. let's get up top. Let's actually switch to the throwing knives. Okay, there's the one guy. This is the other guy. Yeah, these guys move around. Ooh. Uh-oh, they spotted me.
Another dead man to an old Driscoll.
Damn it!
I'm gonna hang up the damn hide.
It's him.
What's your name? Move in on him. I can shoot unlike the rest of these bastards, boy. I'm the toughest old Driscoll you gonna meet. They're too far.
Here's the hideout. Yeah, these guys are reinforcements that are coming.
You can chew, eh?
Let's go. Move up.
Move in, boys!
Oh, Jesus!
He lose a limb to the sepsis.
Story is nearing its end.
I think we got them all. We did it. Monto's wrist. The icon disappeared. So we took on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 27, 30 bandits. Alright guys, hope you liked that. This hideout will be in version 135. I will add more to it and update it more with more props and stuff like that. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.